Okay, divine community, let us come forward together. And before we begin this reading from our angels, let's clear the energy. And once more. And I ask the divine to give me the messages for the collective, for their highest good, and to guide the words that come from me as messages straight from them. And before we begin the pulling of the cards, let's do some 3 deep breaths to clear our heads and to put us into the mindset to receive these messages from the universe. So on an inhale through your nose, inhale deeply straight into your heart space, your heart chakra in the center of your chest. And then slowly exhale through your mouth, letting go of any thoughts that you had before, someone in traffic or what have you, uh, anything that would distract you from being able to receive this message. We'll do that twice more. Take an inhale, breathing deeply, closing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders, and then slowly exhale. Sigh it out. Let it go. Once more, inhale deeply, and then exhale, relaxing your shoulders, and slowly open your eyes, and let's get started. So we will pull from the deck. We have harmony and power, so let's see what's going to happen with that. 8 and 6, 14, 4 plus 1 is 5, so there's change. So maybe there's a power dynamic going for a couple that's in love. Let's find out. And they see what the message is from the divine. Okay. Recognition and reward, a 3. So for numerology with 3 is expansion, moving on. So perhaps you've gotten a reward or recognized somehow in work, and maybe it'll get you a promotion to move forward. But if it's looking at something earlier was the harmony. So let's see. Sacral chakra rather, not solar. The sacral chakra is 2. So again, there is a pairing. So going back to that partnership. So your sacral chakra is around your hip area, and where that is resonating is typically in the loins, one would say. And to have that passion, that energy, that drive, and to a couple. So it is getting back to that. You may have some obstacles and challenges, and that's possibly why there's a chance of moving on. And with the obstacles and challenges that are happening, 5 is a number of change. So there's something that needs to change in order for you to get beyond these obstacles, beyond the challenges that you're currently facing. Maybe there's something blockage in sacral. Maybe you're not having enough sex. Maybe you need to have a little bit more passion in the bedroom or wherever else the feeling may overcome. Oh, well, rejoice and celebration. Now, in a love reading, and this seems like it's leaning more towards a love reading, that could be very well that there's a third person involved. That could be that there is another person. And I don't mean a menage a trois. I'm referring to someone who one or you or the other person that is you're in the partnership with is stepping out. That there's another person that is being involved, that is taking time away, that is causing that obstacle, causing that challenge between the two of you, making you want to move on. Maybe it's recognition, reward. Maybe it's someone from work that is involved. So you have a 3 and a 3. So perhaps it's in a way that they are in a workplace environment that, I don't know, a typical secretary boss type of situation or whatever it may be, but it looks like it could possibly be a third party involved in that relationship. And there you are, disruption. So they are going to cause some type of disruption in your relationship. That obstacle and challenge coming in from this person that you're working with, yeah, that is going to cause a major tower moment for you in your relationship with this person. It's not going to be great. It's a tower moment is something that is a life-changing event. It could be lead to a divorce. It could lead to, if you're not married, it could lead to you completely separating and no longer being together. And again, moving on. 6 6. It would be where it's time for you to part. That you can't get past these obstacles and challenges. But there's a foundation and achievement. So it's going back to that. So you may have a situation that you are a couple with a family, a child. And that is going to cause major disruption, because if you are a family with a child, then to part ways is going to really impact and have that tower moment for not only you, the person that you're with as partner, but also with any children that may be involved. So that's something to consider. And 4 is planning. So when you're going through all of this, it would be very smart to plan how exactly this is going to work out for everyone, not just for the couple involved, but also for that child or children that's also a product of that relationship. They will be impacted as well. Authority. So in this case, with the authority, it could very well be leading to a divorce, where it could be a situation where someone is going to come in and you'll have to separate finances, real estate, or whatever it is. It goes back to this planning. You're going to have to work with someone who is going to perhaps be a mediator in getting things divided, and guiding you, an attorney. It is someone who has who has power that is going to get involved with this. So really, it's a matter of someone who looks like this may be irrevocable. It could turn out to be a complete separation. And even though you do have a child, that child is not going to be enough to keep you in that relationship. And again, to, I'm not a child of divorce, but in the end of it all, what's best for all is what's going to let that child have a sense of peace and security. So even if you do divorce, there's no need for the child to have not seeing the other parent, or um, not feeling as though the parent not they don't need to feel as though the parent abandoned them. So you really have to, and even this authority maybe is going to be someone who's a therapist that can help the child to get over the situation. But it's not also a good thing to stay in a situation and just because of the child, because in that case, the anger, the hostility, the resentment could make it even worse, making these obstacles and challenges go even deeper. And this third person that's involved in this whole thing is someone that's strong enough to who has the ability to really separate your relationship, your partnership, your marriage. And then looking at the bottom, it's harmony. Well, the harmony there is perhaps from the past, because it's not as though you're currently harmonious. If you're having this disruption, this tower moment because of this other person, that harmony is gone. It's no longer there. It's something where that's from the past. That where you did have this foundation and achievements is now being put to the test because of this whole disruption situation. This whole other person that stepped in and you know, caught the eye of the other person, you or your partner. It doesn't have to be your partner. It could very well be you that has been, your head has been turned by someone else, to just really get the passion that you were not seeing with the person that you were in a relationship with. So that's something to keep in mind as well. You don't, you don't, it doesn't look as though with moving on and authority, it doesn't, and it, particularly with a disruption of a tower, it's not going to be something that is going to be fixed. This third person, they're rejoicing in celebration because the harmony would be with them. You will also just need to use your intuition to guide you, to help you, and figure out if that what you should do. You can rely on that as well, your gut feeling, what your emotions are telling you, what the universe is whispering in your ear to help you to understand what to do and to move forward. It would take you time to have inner reflection, to meditate on it, to perhaps speak with a spiritual person that can help you and guide you through this situation that you're having with your partner. But it is something that needs to be addressed. It could be avoided because, again, it's free will. If you are aware, if it is you that's involved with the other person, you can change things if you want. You have the opportunity to. If you do, if now this, you may have had it, or if it's not you, it is your partner, and you had an inkling that something was going on, address it now. Don't delay. Don't hold off. The cards are telling you that there is something happening, and use that intuition. If it could very well be that it's not you, that it is your partner that's the one that's doing it, because it's saying to use intuition. And then again, back to the two of you. So you would really just have to see. But ultimately, you will have victory and success after a period of heartache and loss. So it's looking more, and again with three, because this heartache and loss is going to come from that other person getting involved in your business and getting with your husband. So that's not something that's great. So you have the heartache and loss over top this situation here, but you will have victory and success with working with this authority person. You're going to be able to move beyond this foundation achievements with the child even, and they'll understand. Perhaps they're an older kid and they get it. Maybe they've been feeling a situation isn't right themselves. Children are very intuitive, and they may not have mentioned it, or they may have. You don't, you're in the situation. You would have to know better than I would, but they are going to be okay because you have this victory and success. The dark is there, is behind you. You're stepping forward. You're triumphant and having a little banner flying in the wind as the whole trumpet sounds and opens up the clouds and allows the sun to shine in. So that is something that you can see, and that can be better. It is a 6, and 6 again is something that's about loyalty. It's going to go about harmony, is also with 6. But it's self-sacrifice. So you may have to sacrifice what the relationship that it was in order to move forward with victory and success. That's why there will be a bit of heartache and loss, but it will be for the best. So that's a lot to think about, and a lot of things. So the question to ask yourself is, how can I move forward? What can I do? How can I protect myself and my child or children? And so let's see what the angels will have to say about this situation. So let's see. We have the King of Earth, which is King of Pentacles, and then the 5 of Fire. King of Earth, and 5 of Fire. So competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So that again goes back to this other person getting involved in your business and being with your partner is competing. There's the obstacles and the challenge. 5 again, you have a 5 there, 5 here, so it's changed. Something is about to pop off. You have King of Earth, so you will still get that victory and success, a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch, so may get a beneficial divorce settlement, and then be able to move forward with victory. So let's see what the angels have to say about this. Let's pull them this way. Okay. 3 of Air. Great sadness. Yep. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. So 3 of Swords. And that's in traditional tarot would be the heart that's pierced by 3 swords. And that is the situation. I mean, it is that heartache and that loss. This is not something that at this moment you would perceive to be good, but ultimately you would have victory and success. But there will be some sadness, and you will need time to step away from it all, to be in a bit of isolation. You see the heart there, and to forgive yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't think that this is your fault, that you did something wrong. You can't change someone else. It is on them to live their life and to change themselves. So don't take that on. Just know that you forgive them, and don't hold any grudges. Don't hold any anger. It may be hard to hear that now, but it is not good for you. You need to be at your best, especially if you have a child involved. You need to be strong. You need to not let this overtake you to the point that it ends this way that you're living. You have to be able to move forward and to go on and know that in the end, that victory and that success will happen. And just don't give into anything else. Um, yeah. So we have this, and now let's see what the crystal cards want to tell us. What crystal will help you in this time? What crystal will guide you? What crystal message do you need? What crystal is going to help you to overcome this situation and lead you to victory and success? Lemurian quartz, practice patience. So, in that sense, be patient with yourself is going back to the healing, the need to heal yourself, the need to forgive. Just be patient. Lemurian quartz, it's something where you don't want to rush things, you don't want to upset yourself. You just have to know, take it easy, take a breath, meditate on it, and know that something better is happening. Everything that happens for a reason. There is a divine plan in play, and it may not look like that's the greatest thing for you right now, but it is something that is meant to happen. You can try to change things, because again, this is a temperature at the moment, what's happening. You have the free will to change, perhaps approach your partner and see what's going on, and if they may have had a slip, and if you're a forgiving type of person, the way you would forgive an infidelity, then maybe you can move on with that, and that is on you. It is nothing to be judged. Everyone does what they want, how they want to, for themselves. You just think of what is best for you. What is best for you, not what society expects, not what you were raised to believe. You have to go into what, and again, go back to your intuition, go back within you and figure out what is best for you. But it does at this time look like it would be moving on. So I hope that this has guided someone, giving you some insight, giving you an opportunity to reflect on what is happening in your life, and will get you to move forward in addressing the situation before it goes any further. And if this does resonate with you, if you would be so kind as to like this video, to share this video, to follow PYJynJoy, to get some more messages, leave comments for me, and I'm happy to answer some questions. I also do readings for tarot, numerology, evolutionary astrology. So look more in the bio and connect with me. Thank you, and live light, love, and joy.